the hosts. I know, I don't know if you've done something like this before.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. So basically the way I do it, we normally talk for about 15 minutes, just a chat, and then we'll ask the audience a couple of questions as well.
Okay.
So the whole thing's about 15. Is there anything particular that you want to talk about or don't want to talk about?
Just
Hi guys. Are we on? Yay! Everyone, welcome back to the MYM Buzz stage here at MCM London. We are live with the wonderful Verne. Say hi.
thanks, guys.
It's quite a cheer there. It must be great to sort of come to these cons and see all these people who are fans of yours, but mainly for Mini-Me, I guess. Or do you ever get surprised by sort of the more random characters?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, and some of the more, I don't know, mediocre, not as widespread characters. I'm guarantee you probably don't know any of them, but I did a movie called Gnome Alone about a killer garden gnome.
Wow.
Kind of a play off of Warwick and Leprechaun.
Something similar to that. Did you have to rap in that? Because he does.
Thank God, no.
I mean, you've done a lot of conventions. What are you a fan of at the conventions?
Well, I just like to, meet my fans. I have traveled all over the world, and, I'm surprised, about everybody that's seen a lot of my stuff. So it's just really nice to meet everybody. I always say, if it wouldn't be for you guys, we'd all be unemployed.
That's true. But I think also for fans coming to the conventions, there's so many roles that you play, but for you, I imagine Austin Powers and Mini-Me is one of those things that will continue to be popular through the ages. What do you think it is that brings fans in and makes him such a popular role?
It's timeless. And I'm not meaning because he travels in time. I just mean,
You could maybe.
Yeah.
Next time.
Just generations can relate and, just get a laugh out of it. And, playing Mini-Me was just such a great opportunity. And, through the whole movie, obviously I didn't speak. So, it was a challenge to be able to, get my point across with just my facial expressions. And let everybody know, like the audience, know what I was thinking or doing or, So it was a great challenge, but it made it fun.
Well, also, I mean, you express yourself a bit through song and dance, because things like It's a Hard Knock Life are one of the best moments, I think. I mean, how was it for you to do the routines?
I'm not really that much of a dancer. I got started doing a lot of stunt work. And in Austin Powers, I did all my own stunts, because obviously there's nobody my size unless you get like a 2-year-old or shave their head or something. But I don't think we want to do that. I got started doing stunts, and I never really, got injured doing stunts. But it's funny, on The Spy Who Shagged Me, I was doing the rap on the piano
Yeah.
and the layer.
Yeah.
And we did this dance routine, and I was on the piano, and I threw out my knee, and I couldn't get it to go back into place. But anyway, doing that dance, I did one too many jiggies. I think that's how it happened.
Yeah. Blame the dance for the knee.
Yeah, the choreographer.
But you mentioned about starting off as in stunts, but you were actually a stunt double for a baby. Is that right? Baby's Day Out. That was your first job.
That was my first movie, John Hughes film. Back in, I think I worked on it in '93, and I was a stunt double for a 9-month-old baby, crawling through traffic and all the dangerous things that obviously we can't let babies do.
Did you have to do any of the voice type stuff, like the baby crying or anything particular?
No, nothing. I was just a stunt double, so just anything dangerous.
Yeah. And having obviously done those and then moving into the films, how did you sort of get noticed by Mike Myers? How did that happen?
Well, what it was is I was such a big fan of the first one, just getting that call to go down and not really meeting with Mike, but I met with Jay Roach, the director. And I went down and just met with him. It wasn't really an audition or anything. And we just talked for a while. And, I don't even remember what we said because I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then I got back to, I was in LA at the time working. And I got a call at my hotel like 3 days later saying that they wanted me to do the Mini-Me job. So it's really funny because the original script, Mini-Me wasn't really involved that much. As we were filming, Mike and Jay seen what I was doing and kept adding parts as we were filming. And it just grew into what it was. And, in the original film, you see me flying through space like he just pooped me out into space. And they did some test screenings, and the audience was upset that Mini-Me basically died. So we had to go back after the film was done and reshoot the ending where he comes in his giant spacecraft penis and picks me up, and so that's how I got to come back in Goldmember.
It's brilliant. And when you're sort of working with Mike Myers, because I heard he ad-libs a lot and it's all a bit crazy, how can you elaborate? What was it like?
Yeah, well, Mike improvs all the time. And, when somebody sticks to the script and he improvs and you're in a scene with him, you got to stay on your toes and try to react off of, what he's saying or doing. One of the scenes was in the lair, one of the layers, I don't remember which one, but we had the cats, and he asked me if I was hungry, and that wasn't in the script, so I didn't know what to do. So I go to take a bite out of the cat, and he said, "Don't gnaw on the kitty." So you got to be on your toes and just improv.
Well, it definitely works. I'm wondering as well, now that you've obviously done a lot more projects since then, what was your big takeaway from working on the Austin Powers movies?
Just a great experience, fun. When we came back to do Goldmember, it was like going to a family reunion because, we had worked so hard and long on The Spy Who Shagged Me, and then Goldmember. It was just like, going to a picnic with your family.
Did you keep anything from the set?
I tried to steal as much stuff as I could.
You got like a basement somewhere of Austin Powers collectibles.
I wish. But no, for most of the things that we did in the movies, we actually auctioned off for charity. So I think it was a great cause, and it helped somebody out.
Well, I heard that you're a fan of collecting. So what would you say your most prized collectible is?
Oh, wow. Well, I did steal one thing. I stole the Dr. Evil ring that was on my pinky.
Right, yeah.
So I still have that.
And that's probably the most valuable thing to you.
Yep, it's in a safe.
Yeah. And when you're at conventions and places like this, what do you like to buy?
Well, I collect swords. So I've heard there was a booth around here somewhere, so you might see me there buying out the whole stock. I don't know.
What do you do with them?
I just display them. You know, it's just fun. But you know, for me, I actually get the small swords, the mini swords that actually look like the real thing and the real life size
Alright.
sword. So
Fantastic. And have you collected anything much from any of your other films?
yeah, and the Love Guru, the office scene where all the furniture is like my size, the desk, chair, everything. I actually got to keep all that, and I have it actually in my game room at my house. My whole house is just average size.
Yeah.
But when you get into my game room, then it's my size. So when I'm out in public in everyday life, I have to adapt to you guys. So when you come to my house, you come to my game room and you adapt to me. So you're always invited, let me know.
Topsy-turvy world. Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about is there certainly seems to be a fascination with your everyday life, and you've started vlogging about that, and people want to know all sorts of things like how you drive and go shopping. You know, how did that sort of come about, the vlogging and the
Well, I have my own YouTube channel and obviously all the other social media networks out there. But I get a lot of questions from fans, like you said, can I drive? And in one of my videos, I have not only can I drive, I can race my car.
Yeah.
And I took it out on a racetrack and raced it, so you guys can watch that if you want to look at it. But I have a bunch of things on my YouTube, like mail time, where I open up packages.
Yeah.
And then I also have Ask Verne, where I answer questions from fans on camera.
And is that something that you've sort of found a niche for, or like a passion for? The sort of
Well, it's just good to hear, back from your fans. I do get a lot of fan mail.
Yep.
I try to do as much filming and opening them as I can, but there's too many, so I'd be there for days and days. But I do answer all my own fan mail and try to include so much of that, on the YouTube channel.
So we've got to ask then, what is the weirdest thing that you've opened in the mail?
I don't know if I can say that. Let's just say I got a painting from somebody that likes to paint with her chest.
Wow.
It was actually pretty good, though.
Was it like a portrait of you? Or something?
No, thank God, no. No, it was just a painting, and
You were just the muse.
I'd never seen one before, and and hopefully she stops stalking me now.
Wow. And I wanted to ask you as well, because we are at Comic-Con, and there are lots of fans, huge fans of the film series Harry Potter, where you play Grip Pup.
Well, let's say this though.
Yeah.
The original Grip Hook. Warwick, can you hear me?
Maybe if you shout a little louder.
No, I didn't realize how big the franchise was going to be.
All right.
I was in the first one.
Yeah.
And, and I was happy that, the later films, I wasn't available. So, Warwick got the job, and I'm glad. He's a friend of mine, and, I'd rather have him do it than anybody else.
Did you give him some tips?
Oh, he doesn't need tips from me. He's got it all on his own.
Were you a Harry Potter fan at all?
Not until after I seen a couple of the films.
Right.
And for me, in my opinion, I think they got better and better.
Yeah. Would you have liked to play, like, if you could have any other character in the Harry Potter universe?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
You stumped me. I'd have to think about it.
Okay, I'll let you ponder that one. So in the meantime, if you guys have any questions for Verne, if you want to stick your hands up for me, and I will come and find you.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. The Austin Power movies are famous all around the world. I'm not from England, and I'm a big fan of you and your
Thank you.
work. How does it feel knowing that your work makes such a huge effect on other people all around the world, all ages?
It's flattering, definitely. I had no idea it was going to, be such a big part of everybody's lives. I travel a lot, and people may not speak English, but I was in Thailand on vacation, and they can't speak English, but they could still say mini me. So it's just, it's widespread, and it still sometimes surprises me.
I mean, you do travel a lot. Is there something that you always kind of like to take with you?
I'm sorry?
When you're traveling, is there something that you like to take with you wherever you go?
My friends.
That helps.
Yeah, Thailand's a great vacation spot, but mostly for work. I was just here in January of this year doing a personal appearance tour at different clubs all around England. So I come back once or twice a year.
So you're a fan
Oh, definitely.
of England?
I'm not a fan of the weather all the time, but I'm a fan of London and England.
And when you're, because obviously now you're living in LA, I believe, but you grew up in a small Amish town, Centerville. Is it a bit of a culture shock going back?
I don't really go back that often. My parents actually don't live there anymore. So I grew up in that atmosphere of, all my neighbors were Amish, and I was born Amish. And, it would be a culture shock if I jumped directly from there into the business, but there's a lot of time in between.
Yeah.
And when I think back on it now, I'm surprised, that I got to where I'm at today.
Well, obviously they appreciate you at home as well, because I heard that they threw you a parade.
In the town, but no Amish attended. They don't have TVs or anything, so... But yeah, they did throw me a parade in my hometown, and that's just once in a lifetime that you'll never forget.
Absolutely. And where can we see you next? What are your next projects going to be?
Well, obviously, you guys watch TV, so you see all my adverts for Bigo.
Yeah.
And if you watch the latest one, please don't judge me. I cannot rap.
You look good with the medallion, though, I have to say.
We're actually, when I get back, we're going to do another advert. And then I'm concentrating on my social media, YouTube and things like that. There's projects, but nothing definite right now. Mm-hmm. So I just like to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. And, hopefully my YouTube channel finds it entertaining to everybody.
Well, everyone can check that out and see more of you. And thank you so much for coming to talk to us. It's been great to have you around the rest of the weekend. It'll be good. Everyone can go and see Verne signing. Thank you very much. Everyone give it up for Verne Troyer.
Thank you, guys. I have a photo op directly after this, if you know where it's at.
Away, I won't go astray, just stay with me and we'll sing and dance all night, sleep on